Hi Flosstube, it's April from April May June Stitching. I hope everybody's okay, and I am videoing my July-August update. It's been a long time coming, but I've got an awful lot to show you, so I'll crack on. I've made a list which makes a bit of a change. I have got 4 finishes and 9 fully finished objects, so I'm really pleased I've got something actually to show you. I'll just go through these. You'll get quite bored of these because they're all the same, but I've just learnt to do these properly. So my first fully finished object is Ye Old Woolery Shop by Plum Street Samplers, and I've made this into a pillow with some homespun fabric on the back. This is what they're all like, so I'm sorry if this is a bit boring. This was finished last video, I think. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I did actually, this was the first one I finished, along with this one, which is Wicked by the Primitive Needle, which is a freebie. Finished with some green fabric. Yeah, I finished these two on the same day, and I think I overstuffed them, so they were quite poofy, and I wasn't very pleased with my ladder stitch that I did, but I found another tutorial today which has really made it click in my head of how I'm supposed to do it. So I've unstitched them, unpicked them even, and restuffed them, but not as much, and I'm really pleased with the results on those. So that one and that one. Then I've got this is a Lizzie Kate. This was an inspirational boxer thing that she does, and it's Accept What Is, and I've just finished this with some, it looks pink but it's almost more lilac gingham. I'm not sure how happy Vonna would be at my corners, but hey, I'm just learning, it's alright. Then I've got the Primitive Needle Yawl. This is a freebie from her website. What did I say? Primitive Needle, Primitive Hair, and this is one of the Year of the Wheel freebies, and it's just got some, this is Civil War fabric, Civil War inspired, I think, or Civil War prints from the Civil War. I quite like the way that one's turned out. And this one is Little Heartswell by, who's this by? She does the Twisted Band sampler. Anyway, yeah, pleased with how this one turned out, and I've got some red dotty fabric, polka dots, and yeah, this is stitched on just some grey linen. Then I've got my little, this was Lake Julia's Bees from a Just Cross Stitch magazine from 2004, no it wasn't, anyway I can't remember, I'll put the details below. And I've finished this with some more Civil War fabric. Yeah, I love how this one's turned out. Then I've got a Lizzie Kate, A Little Snow, finished into a pillow, into another one, and some fabric which is actually from some old pyjamas. Yeah. And then finally this is Jack in the Hat by Threadwork Primitives, and that has also got some Civil War fabric used on the back. I know they're all the same, but I'm so pleased with myself that I can finally finish something. And even my invisible I'm just really pleased. And my four finishes that I had this month, or this for July and August, is this one, and this one. So those are my 3 of my 4 finishes, and then the other one is just a finished object, not fully finished. And this is my other fully finished object. This is Angel Abode by Good Florist Stitchwort, and I love how this has turned out. So I'm not sure how I'll finish that, possibly another pillow, but we'll see. I've worked on quite a few whips this month. I'm just trying to just work on as many things as I can, just to get my whip number down, because I've got far too many. I've even de-stashed some, which I'm quite pleased about, they don't make me happy really, so I'm just glad to have got rid of them. The first one I've got is the Victorian Band Sampler by the Victoria Sampler. This is a teeny weeny bit, but I did the heart. This is done in silks on 36 count summer khaki. It comes with all the threads. Next is Black Sky by the Primitive Needle, and this one again I didn't really do a lot, but I finished off the Widow and started the next verse. So it's just here, sort of working down. I'm just working all over the place on this one, to be honest. I joined the Midwest Cross Stitches group on Facebook, run by Michelle Farm Girl. I was quite surprised that she let me join, but I was really pleased. They're Midwest and I'm West Mid, so I think it's fine. But I just really wanted to take part in the exchange. It was more to push me into actually fully finishing objects, and then that's what spurred on me doing all of those pillows. So I chose to be part of the Christmas group, and I'm so excited about my exchange partner. I think everybody absolutely loves her. So I was thrilled when I got sent my email with who I'll be stitching for, and this is what I've chosen to do, and this is Merry Christmas Pinky by Stacey Nash. And this, well, that's no good, is it? This is how far as I've got, so I just need to fill out the snowman's face, and then I'll be done, and then I'll be able to fill that, finish that as probably another pillow. So, and I'm stitching this on 32 count. It's either Hot Chocolate or Chestnut or something like that by Permin. Yeah, I just love that. I started this one some time ago for the Salem Remembered stitch along, which was on one of the Facebook groups, but I can't remember which one. This is Salem Village by the Primitive Needle. This is on loan to me by my Primitive Needle stockist in the US, and I'd just done Salem Village before, and this is where I am now. I'm stitching this on 28 count flax by Zweigart. I'm just using a random assortment of different threads. This fabric is really see-through, so you've got to be careful with your threads trailing. So I did stitch each letter on its own thing. Then I also worked on Pomegranate Santa by Plum Street Samplers. I can't remember where I was last time. This is where I am now. Love him. And this is stitched on 32 count. I think it's perming or Zweigart, I can't remember, that I rip dyed myself, and I love the way how this one turned out. Yeah, but I had to stop because I need to order some more threads for the pomegranate. Then I picked up Forest Snowfall by Country Cottage Needleworks. I just want to get this one done. So that's where I am now. I added in the deer last night, and I felt like I was stitching on this for ages yesterday, but I obviously wasn't. Everything else was completed, so I just needed to add the deer, which I did, and then I added this line, the border at the side, and the snowflakes. I've decided not to do the border at the top and the bottom as they are, and I think I might just do this single line at the top and bottom just to get it finished. So I just need to do the snow at the bottom of the words and the deer, and then put this line around, and then that is done. This is on 32 count Zweigart fabric that I rip dyed with pearl grey, and this is a lovely colour. It doesn't quite show up as nicely as what it does in real life. And finally, this was a new start because I needed one of those. I bought this chart, and it's Patriotic Poppies by Brenda Gervais. No, yeah, right way. And I wanted to do this one because of the with some changes, with just to mark 100 years since the First World War has finished. So yeah, but I just wanted to change it more to be like Britain. So I charted my own Union Jack. I couldn't find one that was waving, if you like, so I just ended up drawing one on some graph paper and just winging it. But I quite like the way it looks. If I don't look at it too hard, I'll end up messing around with it for too long. This is stitch on 40 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. This, I actually had this in my my stock. I bought it from the Patchwork Rabbit when I went there last year. I've not stitched on it before, and I just love how it has turned out. So I've got some of the changes that I would like to make to it, but I will show you those as I go. But I would like to get this done before the 11th of November. And that is everything that I've worked on, other than so I borrowed my friend's sewing machine because I spent all my money over Christmas. I was supposed to buy a sewing machine, but I ended up buying lots of stitchy stuff instead, so I borrowed my friend's sewing machine, and I've had it since January and just thought, come on now. And I managed to do some of the pillows, and then I also had to go at making some project bags, and this was my very first one. This is a design, not a design, I followed the tutorial from Whitney Sews, and it's got it's got the French seams. The French seams in on the inside. Can you see that? Probably not. It's only a 3-minute video, so it's she does show you what to do, but not really. But it is, I mean, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But I'm so impressed with myself, and I know it possibly doesn't seem like a lot to everybody else, but I am just super impressed with myself, and I was just beaming from ear to ear that I'd actually managed to do it. And sewing a zip, it's all about the zip. So that was that one. Then I followed Primitive Stitcher Suzette's absolutely fabulous tutorial, which is the sort of tutorial that I like, where you watch and they're actually doing it, you know, so you can see it stitch by stitch. And this is the one I managed to produce, and it's lined with the same fabric at the top. I'd gone into a fabric shop which was in Worcester, Kidderminster, which I think Lollipop Stitches had mentioned it, and I'd gone in there maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and I walked in and it was like, ugh, and I had to walk out. I had a quick browse round and I had to walk out because it was too much choice. And they do an online service, but I just thought, oh, it was too much. But anyway, I went back after I'd stitched my pillows because I was all confident and managed to just pick out some bits of fabric. So that's that one. And then there's actually a local fabric shop by me that I didn't know existed as well. So I bought some other fabric, but this is more upholstery fabric than anything, so it's a bit thicker. But this is the one with the vinyl front. The cat line on my new bags. So yeah, you can just see how it's pretty wonky. So I'd quite like it if everyone was to maybe cock their head or have a pint of wine, so you can appreciate these just that much better. So I call them my drunk project bags. But I followed a tutorial from, is it Calico Stitcher, where she wears the GoPro on her head, and it's just brilliant because again it's a step-by-step project where you can actually see them doing it. Was it Calico? I can't remember. I'll link everything below. And then the final one that I want to have a go at doing, well, not the final one, there's 2 others that I want to have a go at. Vonna's type of bag, and then the other bag where, but I haven't found a tutorial yet, where you just open it from the top. But yeah, I hated stitching with the vinyl, but a few tips from Farm Girl, just laying a piece of tissue paper over the top so it would just slide in the machine. But you know, for my first go, I'm really pleased. And then I did another, sorry this is boring, I did another bunch of Suzette's project bags. So I actually fully went for 3 different fabrics for this one, and this one is just the reverse of that one, with the same lining, just a different colour zip. I was even fancying added some ribbon. I mean, they're not perfect, but they work. The zip works. It's all about the zip. Spotty. And then this one went a bit wrong because I didn't cut the fabric long enough on for the back. Or the lining, I can't remember. This is all fabric from Hobbycraft, but so you can imagine I've gone bonkers, because if you know me by now, I do tend to buy quite a lot. Yeah, I've just got stacks of fabric and some zips, so yeah, I just want to go mad and make loads of project bags. Cat's asleep on them, so And that leads me on now to my purchases. Obviously there's quite a few because, yeah, if you come to know me at all, that's what I do. I took a day trip with my friend Charlotte to, we went to Powys Castle for the day, but before we went to Powys Castle we popped into the Nimble Needle, which is about 17 miles away from Powys Castle. But I'm quite lucky where I live that it's actually only just over an hour to get there, so yeah, it was really nice to go to somewhere different as well. But I picked up a few things there, and this who did I see doing this one on Instagram and I just fell in love. This is my first Mill Hill kit, and this is Believe, and it comes with all the perforated paper and the threads and the beads, but I've decided I don't want to do it on the perforated paper, and I'm going to do it on some fabric. But I also bought a frame as well, and I know this is a bit of a funny colour, but it matches the colour that's in his under his coat, so I'm hoping, yeah, it'll be fine. So yeah, loved him. But they've also got a lot of shepherd's bush there. I didn't realise that they had that much stuff, and there's quite a few models stitched, and it was just so nice to see things in the flesh. So I bought a few, and my friend Charlotte, she actually she bought me some things for my birthday. She hates buying for me, and originally wanted to pay for me to do a course at the Royal School of Needlework, but I never found one that or if I found one that, but it was all fully booked, and she just wanted to get something for me, so she ended up buying me some of these. Which ones did she buy me? Anyway, so this is Peter's stocking. I mean, that's a massive picture, but it's only that one in the corner. She had a stocking done in the shop, and it's really big. I bought the fabric. It's something like 18 count. You do 2/2, so it just comes out massive, and it looks really traditional and old-fashioned, and I just loved it. So this came with all of the embellishments as well. This was a model in the shop, and this is a full heart by the Shepherd's Bush again. This actually comes with the silk and all the embellishments and the fabric, but this one, I believe it's part of a set, but I love this when I saw it in the shop. She's got it actually framed, and she actually does order mounts done by Jill Rensel, and she has a list, and you just add your name to the list, and when she's got so many, she'll do a bulk order, so everybody shares the shipping costs and the customs charges, which is really nice. And it's nice to know that as well. They do framing as well there, so it's just good to know that that's an option for me as well. But I love this. And the last one I bought from Shepherd's Bush, by Shepherd's Bush even, is the Toy Gatherer, and this one again comes with all of the embellishments and beads. This is done in DMC, and oh, she's got this done as a model, and I just loved him. It was either this one or another one, I couldn't remember which. I was very close to buying them both, but I think 3 is enough. But what I think I would like to do is stitch him on a dark fabric because of the moon. As lovely as it was in the shop, I think I'd just quite like to try something different. So yeah, I've got some of the, well, most of the threads and I just need to play about with them because some of the greens are quite dark and they won't show, so I'll just I'll change them when I come to do them. But yeah, he is lovely. And then she's also got a sail rail a sail basket, so I picked up this is called Sampler Witch by Homespun Elegance, and it comes with, you won't see it, it comes with the charms she's just got there. Yeah, and then this one again by Homespun Elegance, and this is all about Halloween, and I'd like to do the cat, and these have got the charms as well, but they were like £4 each. I saw somebody stitch these on Instagram, and it was Pineberry Lane, fancy Blackett shoe. Love the way this one came out. And I also bought fancy Blackett brooms. These I downloaded from Pattern Mart online, but I'll link it below. And I've got the same fabric for both, and this is Grandpa's Sleeve by XG Designs. I think that is quite grungy, so I think they'll look really good stitched on there. Then I'd ordered Patriotic Poppies, so to justify the shipping I ordered Beggar's Christmas by Threadwork Primitives. Love him. That's quite small actually. It doesn't it looks bigger than what he is, but it's 77 by 106. I also ordered Sophia by Summerhouse Stitchworks. Love her. Love the greens. And then I also ordered Fractal Bird by Shakespeare's Peddler, and this comes with the threads and the cotton reel and twine, but I just added my own fabric. So yeah, and that's with Nina's threads, but I love that one as well. And then of course I've also ordered Peace on Earth by Country Garden Samplers, and I'd like to do this on the blue fabric. But yeah, I didn't want to start something else as desperate as I would like to, but I'm not very good at sales. I think I've just definitely come to that conclusion. So as stitch alones, as I think somebody joked about them, but yeah, I love this. Then I've bought the Woolly U from the Woolly U on Etsy, and this is, what is this? This is Autumn at Sunflower Ridge, and it's I just love this. Yeah. And I've got some fabric as well that I've dyed. Then I also found on, is it eBay? I found with Thy Needle and Thread the Mystery Sampler, Birds of a Feather, I think it's called. So they're all just the 3 parts, and then I've got some fabric. I love that. And then I bought Teresa's zine, and I loved the Margaret Sorensen, is it called, sampler. Loved the colours that she's used in that, and the Plum Street Samplers one. This is really good. It's cost $12 I think, or $11, can't remember, but it's a really good read for anyone wondering. It's got a great interview with Paulette Stewart from Plum Street Samplers. And then last 2, promise, I bought when I bought the Stacey Nash pin keep, I also picked up this by with Thy Needle and Thread, and this is one Christmas Eve, is it? One Starry Christmas Eve, and this, I just think he is beautiful. This is all done in silks, and I've ordered the fabric. This is Weeks Dye Works Aztec, but I just think he's fabulous. There's a French website, it's a shop, but they've got like a gallery of conversions, and they've done him in it's definitely on a grey fabric, and I think they've changed some of the other colours. He looks fabulous. I'll link him below, but I think I do want to do him on the red because I bought the fabric, but yeah, I think he's fabulous. And finally, and I cannot believe I found this, this is Crescent Angel by the Primitive Needle, and these you just don't find in the UK at all. And this is on eBay, and I paid the princely sum of £3.20 for him, and I think he's lovely. So this is my actual very own Primitive Needle chart. So I am very pleased that I've got him. And that, everybody, is it. I think, oh no, I did want to say, to help me stitch on the 40 count fabric, I have bought these. I forgot to show them last time, but I got these from Amazon, and I think they were £20 or something like that. I'll link them below. But these are absolutely fabulous, and you look very sexy in them. This is without the lenses, and it's got and you stick the different lenses in there, but it comes with 5 different lenses, all different strengths, and then you just clip them. You just clip them in place, and you can alter them. I can't even see what I'm doing now. But yeah, everything's adjustable. It's even got a light at the top, but I found it made them quite heavy, so I don't bother. I don't bother with the light, because I forgot to show this as well last time. I bought an art light from Hobbycraft. This was, I think I paid £50 for this. It was in the sale at Hobbycraft, so I was really pleased with that, and I've got a Mighty Bright, but because I was stitching in hand, which I'm just loving at the moment, and I've definitely found my rhythm, my stitching, I think you've definitely got to find the right way that works for you, but I was finding when I first started and I was getting a good rhythm, my stitches would lay nice going one way, because I do a full cross each time. My stitches were alright going this way, but coming back they were not as nice. It was like the stitches going this way were raised, and then these ones were, and it just had this sort of effect. But I've definitely perfected that now, and it looks great, or well, it looks great to me stitching in hand, and I just love it. So yeah, I bought the art light because I was stitching in hand, and that is really bright and it's great. And then with the glasses, I look like a right treat stitching in bed. Yeah, I really want to get down some of my whips. I've got 36 whips, and I've taken out, I think, 3. I've just got rid of them. One of them being, I'm trying to think what the others were, but definitely one of them being the Seaside Kingdom. Yeah, everything else is just, I just started everything that was big, so I just want to get everything, all the little ones done, and I want to have about 12 whips if I can at some point in my life when I've reduced the number from 36. but I've got to stop starting. I forgot that I did start something else. And this is MH 1656 by Hands Across the Sea samplers, and this I love this. And I started this because Fibre Talk did what they called a tour of the actual sampler, because there isn't one available that's been stitched up as the reproduction. It was, that's all the picture that there is. There wasn't a close-up of each section, so they did this video. It's about half an hour long, and they just show more close-up and more detail, and I watched it when I was at work, and I just thought it was fabulous. So on my drive home, I was just, yeah, I am starting it tonight. Wow. If you remember, I had some cream linen that I'd bought, and I was going to dye it, and this is my dye job, which I'm really pleased about. And you can barely see this, so if you can, that's as wide as it will be. If you can see here, oh God, this, it does actually stop, so it doesn't match. Everything in my beam wants me to match it so it finishes the same height as this, but I'm going to try and keep to the originality of the sampler as can be. But that top line was fine. The yellow I had to do about 4 times, and it was just really, it was quite difficult, and it's only a running stitch. And then when I filled in with the orange corally colour, that was much simpler to follow. That went quite quickly. And then I started on the they look like bees to me, but I started on these and just satin stitched one of them in, and then I had to stop because I only started this maybe Wednesday night, but yeah, or Thursday night, I can't remember, but yeah, I love this, and it did actually go quite quickly once I'd just found my rhythm. So I know Nicola is starting a stitch along for this in November, but I just wanted to get started on it, so I'm going to carry on. But yeah, it looks a bit meh to start with, but as Nicola explains, band samplers, oh, just bear with. Band samplers were done so girls or boys could practice their stitching ability, and they generally got better. So it becomes a lot more intricate towards the end, the mid to the end of the sampler. But yeah, it's really nice. Once I got my, because you have to count, oh, anyway, whatever. Yeah, and I am doing this on my Millennium frame, but everything else that I've shown today has been stitched in hand, and I love that, because I think I said in my last video, I'm just a real faffer, and I like to, you know, oh, that needs tidying. It's almost like delaying the actual act of stitching, so I can just come in and then just start stitching straight away, and I love that. And the more I do it, the better I will get at it, hopefully. So I could recommend anyone to just have a go. So I have been watching, Farm Girl had mentioned her before, and also Steffi, SoCal Stitcher, has been in touch with me lately, and she'd also mentioned Gem Stitch. Now, I mean, she was one of the first original Flosstubers, I think, and it was great to be able to watch like 3.5 years worth of videos, and I did it all back to back. And I think this is where this inspiration has come from, that I only want about 12 whips, because she I mean, she was a one girl a whip type sewer, and I just want to have more control of my whips and not think I've got to start this, got to start this, got to start this. I just need to get over that. Yeah, and I've also been having a big clear out as well. I started last month, last video, but I've just try to be a bit more ruthless. I've sold some whips, one of them being the Mirabilia, the Kiss, and Lavender and Lace Spring, Celtic Spring. Sold those on eBay. I'm keeping my Mermaid because that was my very first one, and it's got a great big stain on it, so I don't think anyone would want to buy that. Yeah, I've sold some charts. I've given some charts away on Instagram, so that's great. Other Flosstubers that I've been watching is Cross Stitch with Luda, and I know I'm a bit late to the party shouting her out, and she's got like 12,000 subscribers, but she's a Russian lady who's lived all over the world with her husband and her son, and at the moment she's living in New York, and I think coming to the US has sort of opened up to another whole style of stitching, I think, style of design stitching. So, and she was saying that Russian people just do not stitch things like that. She was getting a lot of hate apparently, which just amazes me, or a lot of thumbs down. I think she says hate, and it just, I think that's such a shame. But she loves Karen Kluber by Rosewood Manor, and the stuff she's done is just absolutely beautiful. And she's got a lot of Russian speaking videos, but she's started doing English speaking ones now, which is really nice. But you could just go and watch her Russian ones because it's just all quite visual, and you can see her lovely work. So hi Luda. Been busy these last 2 months. I was doing some wedding jewellery for my friend's sister. I had to do six lots of bridesmaid jewellery, which was earrings, necklace, and a bracelet. I'll insert a picture here. I don't know whether I've ever told anyone I do jewellery making. But yeah, that she got married in Cyprus, so it was nice to use quite a bright orange colour, because their bridesmaids were coral coloured, and it was just really beachy and lovely. So I'll insert a picture. And yeah, I borrowed my friend's sewing machine, but I was very conscious that I was using it, and I didn't really use it that much, but I wanted my own then, because if anything was to go wrong, it was my own that would be wrong rather than breaking hers. So I did, I bought one from Hobbycraft originally that was reduced, and I used it a few times, but the needle kept hitting the plate. It was, and it broke a needle, but anyway, so I took it back, got a replacement, opened the box, and the accessories pack was missing or something like that, and I was just a bit fed up, so took that one back, and I ended up buying from a shop in Birmingham an X demonstration one, and I've managed to get a lot more machine for my money than what I'd previously bought. They were quite basic machines, but I've bought, what have I had, a Singer Confidence, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I've bought a Singer Confidence, and it's digital. I mean, only a little bit digital, but it's digital, and it's lovely. It's quiet, and I love it. So I'm really pleased with that. So more project bags in my future. Future plans, plans for the rest of this month. I would like to get the pin keep finished for my swap with the Midwest Cross Stitchers. Yeah, I'd just like to get that done. I've still got 6 weeks, I think, but yeah, I just want to have it ready and get it done. I've got to order some stuff actually to go in the box, and then for September I've got 2 weeks off from work, and I just want to work on my anniversaries of the heart. Yeah, I want to just work on my anniversaries of the heart. Now, if you remember last time, I'd done this block, which is the April block, and I'd gone wrong. I hadn't stitched enough in the length, so I just unpicked this bit. Oh God blimey. I just unpicked this bit and this bit, so I am going to fudge it and bring it down and just do a bit of something so I don't have to unpick everything else. But before I finish that one, I want to stitch in this next block, which is, oh, I can't remember which one I'm doing, just to make sure I get the right width, the length, and then I can measure it up and then carry on. But yeah, I just want to catch up on this one because I do want to get this finished by the end of the year if I can, so it's done. And I love this, and I've spent a lot of money on all the threads and the fabric and buying the charts, so I don't want it to be a waste. I class this as one whip, so this is just one of my 36. So yeah, if I can just get this finished and all caught up, not finished, if I can get caught up in September, that would make me very happy. And then in October, I'd like to stitch on Halloween Quaker if I can, and also I'd like to finish the Patriotic Poppies, so I've got time to have that done before the end of by the 11th of November. I think that whole video I was looking over there rather than over, anyway, whatever. I've reached 1,000 subscribers, which I can't quite believe. Thank you to everybody who has stuck with me, and anybody who's new. I can't believe that 1,000 people want to listen to me, to be quite honest. But yeah, I'd like to do a giveaway, and I'd like to give away this one, which is Jennifer Gilbert 1818, which is by Hands Across the Sea Samplers, and this is a lovely chart with a lovely explanation and some fabulous photos of the chart close up. So yeah, if you would like to win this, I am going to say this time I'd like you to be a subscriber, and I would like you to tell me if you could go through another Flosstubers stash of charts to look through, whose would it be? I think that's quite a good question. So yeah, if you'd like to win this, just comment below. Please be over 18 or get an adult's permission so I can email you. Yes, please be a subscriber. Don't mention the word giveaway, and anything else that I've forgotten that are the usual things for a giveaway. Anyway, I will love you and leave you all. I hope you all have a very lovely stitching month, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.